How many of you love dragonflies? I do. As a child, I was so fascinated with them that I would look for them in my playground and try and capture one of them. Hi, I'm Teja Priyadarshini, founder for Akashic Center for Healing. I help people have more ease and joy in their lives by removing any energetic blocks or limiting beliefs that do not serve their highest purpose. I do this using various modalities like the quantum healing hypnosis technique, beyond quantum healing, access consciousness bars, and of course the famous Akashic records. Today we're continuing on with our Spirit Animal series, but if you are new to my channel, consider hitting the subscribe button along with the bell notification to not miss out on any of my future content. If you want to follow me on social media, on Facebook and on Instagram, my handle is @AkashicOfficial. For those of you who are new to the Spirit Animal series, and if you want to know what a spirit animal is or how you may know which one is your spirit animal, there's a detailed video that I made on this particular topic, and I'm going to link it right here so that you can go and explore that and get all of the details and then check out which one is your spirit animal from the list of videos I've already made in the Spirit Animal series. Today we are going to be talking about the beautiful, delicate creature which is the dragonfly. The dragonfly is known for its wisdom, its transformational influences in people's lives, and also it signifies adaptability. Now, most of the spirit animals that we have come across so far have in one way or the other signified transformation. But when it comes to a dragonfly, it not only signifies transformation, but it also signifies adaptability. Not all of us are very adaptable people, are we? Because sometimes when we're taken out of our comfort zones and thrown into a situation which is kind of difficult, we find it a little, uncomfortable to adapt initially. Some of us get used to it and we adapt quite quickly. Most of us kind of find it very difficult and we're hanging on to that comfort feeling and cribbing about our circumstances and so on and so forth. However, a dragonfly is asking you to bring a lot more lightness and joy into your life, especially if you're stuck in situations that we can't do anything about. What is the point of crying about it? Like, it's not going to change itself just because you're crying about it, right? You need to bring in lightness and joy in difficult situations, especially the ones that you have no control over. Because when you don't have control over these situations, there's nothing you can do to change it. So when you bring in lightness and joy to the situation, it automatically transforms itself. The energy transforms itself. And in a way, you gain wisdom out of a situation like this. You also transform your own self and you learn to adapt to the new circumstances. And this is exactly what the dragonfly signifies. It also lets you delve deep into your emotions. Most of us are emotional people, right? But how many of us actually sit with our emotions and talk to ourselves and ask ourselves, where is it all coming from? Especially when we have feelings of anger, sadness, irritation, frustration. I like to just sit by myself when I feel all of these emotions and I ask myself, where is this coming from? What is triggering this? What inside of me is making me feel this way? And the moment I ask these questions, a lot of information comes forth. Wisdom of your own self comes forth. And when this happens, you're able to get the information to work with. And then, instead of choosing to react, we can always choose to respond from a higher level of intelligence. Because you have all of that information now. You know what your triggers are, you know exactly where it's coming from, you know what is causing it, and you also know how you can change that. This is exactly what a dragonfly does. When you call on to the dragonfly's spirit animal's medicine, this is what it gives you. It gives you the ability to sit with your emotions, really work on those emotions, go into the nooks and corners of your soul and your heart and your mind and pull out all of those dark emotions that you're feeling and ask where they're coming from. Try to go back to the root when it first started and then start healing it and working your way towards the present. So when you start doing this kind of work, it's also called shadow work, and it helps you understand yourself better, and it allows you to then choose from a higher level of intelligence, like I was mentioning earlier, to then respond instead of reacting. Reacting is when someone says something nasty and our first instinct is to either shout back at them or slap them or lash out at them saying mean things. That is a reaction. Response would be to understand where they're coming from with that kind of emotion and the words they've used. Maybe they're hurt, maybe they're having a bad day, or maybe they're it's a childhood influence that is making them act out in that particular way. Whatever the reason, though, I would say that it is not really right for a person to behave badly just because they're having a bad day. But if a person doesn't have control over their emotions and does lash out and disrespect you in any way, you have a choice whether you want to react just like they are, or do you want to respond. Response is a calculated reaction. So when you think about it, you think about the information that's available to you, and then you choose to respond, it kind of brings down the tension and the stress. And you're doing this from a place of love. You're not doing this from a place of ego. So when you work with your emotions, you will then know why certain people behave the way they do, and it's easy then to see the bigger picture. And when you do that, you tend to have the upper hand in such matters. You know exactly what triggers you, and you're able to control that. And when you control that, you will then be able to respond better and from a place of higher intellectual, emotional intelligence. And when you do that, people will start looking at you differently. And this is exactly what the dragonfly spirit animal can give you. The energy of the dragonfly is this. It can also teach you how to look through illusions and deceit, because the wings of the dragonfly, when you look at them, they're so beautiful, they're so shimmery, and like when the light falls on it, it's absolutely gorgeous because of the rainbow colors that it emits, right? So it is also creating an illusion, because the actual wings of a dragonfly are not very colorful, but the light, when it falls on it, it gives you the illusion of it being in different colors. So a dragonfly's energy, when you call upon it as a spirit animal, it will allow you to see through illusions and deceit. Especially if you're dealing with deceitful people, you kind of have a inkling about it, because your intuition would tell you about it even before anything else gives it away. And when you know that you're working with very difficult people and they could be deceitful, or they're kind of showing you something but it's not the whole picture, then call upon the spirit animal of the dragonfly to allow you to see through the deceit and the illusion. Another thing the dragonfly spirit animal allows you to do is to connect to nature spirits. So whether it's the fae folk or the elves or the other elementals that are out in the nature that you want to connect with, the dragonfly is a beautiful medium for you to interact with these magical creatures of nature. So you can call upon the spirit animal of the dragonfly to be able to connect with the nature magic, so to speak. So how do you call the dragonfly, and when do you call it? Simply by meditating, you can tap into the energies of the dragonfly and call upon it, especially if you're going through a transformative phase. You're evolving into someone better, and this transformation may not necessarily be an easy transformation. So we can take all the help we can get, right? Especially from our spirit animals. The dragonfly, you can add that to the list of spirit animals that help you evolve. And during this transformative phase, you can call upon the dragonfly to help you evolve and transform yourself. And it also allows you to adapt better to the circumstances, to the changing circumstances. So in a way, a dragonfly is something that will give you a lot more in terms of wisdom, in terms of transformation, and also adaptability. It teaches you how to adapt quicker and faster to the changing circumstances. You can also call on the dragonfly spirit animal if you want to reach your full potential. If you are on a path where you are discovering yourself and you're getting in touch with your emotions, you're getting in touch with yourself, as in trying to understand what you like, what you don't like, what you want to do, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations and such. And the dragonfly is a perfect totem animal or spirit animal to call upon when you want to have a clearer picture of where it is that you need to go, and to give you the wisdom and to allow you to reach your full potential in that particular manner. If you see a dragonfly around you, like in your surroundings, or you happen upon a dragonfly when you're out and about, then it is a sign of change coming into your life. It can also mean that it's time that you start looking at yourself differently or experiencing life differently. Maybe you've been way too serious about your life. Maybe you've been so preoccupied with everything that's going on, you've forgotten to have fun. Most of us do that, right? So when you see a dragonfly, it's reminding you to have more fun. It's asking you to get into that mode where you are feeling lighter about things. So it is a reminder that change is afoot, but also that you need to start experiencing life differently than you were doing till now. So if you've been doing the same 9 to 5, and if you've been following the same rituals and habits and stuff, maybe you need to shake things up and look at things from different perspectives. And this is what the dragonfly spirit animal's energy is asking you to do. It is also telling you that maybe you need to be more flexible. If you are stubborn and if you feel like it's your way or the highway, sometimes it's not very beneficial for you, especially if you have high aspirations and you want to reach your full potential. You need to know how to be flexible and adaptable, and that is when you can call on to the dragonfly's energy, and it teaches you exactly that, how to be more adaptable and more flexible so that your life starts to get more easier. All in all, the dragonfly's energy is basically asking you to be your authentic, true self, right? You need to be yourself no matter what, and when you are yourself, you are then tapping into your greatest potential. And when you tap into your greatest potential, new opportunities come your way. So if you are someone who is attracted to dragonflies or see them everywhere, I have a cousin who wears dragonfly pendants and dragonfly merchandise everywhere, like in her room, in her house, there are always a lot of dragonflies. I mean literal dragonflies, and also in shapes of like art and other things. So it's something that you're drawn to, and I explained this in detail in that video, how to know which one is your spirit animal and how to find out. There's a small ritual which I explain. If you can do that, you will get a lot of information about your spirit animal. But if you think the dragonfly is your spirit animal, then let's get into the message from your spirit animal. Let's see what your spirit animal wants you to know today. I've got 3 decks of cards which I'm going to shuffle so that we'll get a message for all of those who have the dragonfly as a spirit animal. So it's so funny, I just chose the Archangel Raphael's deck, and on the deck, can you see the image? Doesn't it look like a dragonfly? I looked at it and I was like, whoa, dragonflies. That's where I went. But it's interesting, isn't it? How you can see what you want to see wherever you look at. So if it is showing up often, maybe this change coming up in my life as well. Never know what that is. Let's see what are the messages for those of you who have the spirit animal Dragonfly, channeling the energies of the Dragonfly. Fresh air. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me breathe easier in all ways. This is what you get. If I can get it to focus. Got two lights, but still, yes, there you go. All right, so let's see. I'm going to pick the other two cards as well, and then I'm going to interpret the message so that we get all of the information, right? Oops, too many cards. Message from the spirit animal Dragonfly for all those who have Dragonfly as their totem animal or spirit animal. What must they know? One card, please. Angels and guides, channeling the energies of the Dragonfly. So you've got the card Ojas. This also looks very outdoorsy. All right. This card also looks very outdoorsy, right? You can see the full moon. Maybe it's significant somehow. In a moment, I'm just gonna channel that in a moment. Just one final card for all those who have the spirit animal. Oops. All right. Okay. All right. We've got justice. Now, what do the cards mean? What is the message from your spirit animal? So immediately when I look at the card fresh air, I feel most of you are not getting fresh air. That's like the first thing that went into my mind when I saw that card. Are you stuck at home, or are you stuck in a situation where you feel suffocated, like you can't breathe? Because if you are, then this card is asking you to change that. Because if you feel stuck, it's never a good feeling, right? You feel suffocated, you feel stifled, you feel like nobody's able to hear you, nobody's able to see you for what you are, and you feel very disconnected from a lot of things around you. So get some fresh air, get some fresh ideas, look at it in a different perspective. Maybe you're not seeing the bigger picture here. Maybe there is more to this, and you're not really finding all of the pieces that fit into the puzzle. And with Ojas here, it is also, this tree in this picture looks to me like the tree of wisdom, though there are two trees here, and it's not exactly the tree of wisdom. But for some reason, when I look at the card, I feel like you need to get more knowledge about your current situation. If you are, for most of you, I get this feeling that you're stuck in a job you don't like, or you have a situation at work which you're not able to get out of. Maybe you've messed up something, or you're deep into something that you're not able to get out of. Something to do with your work, your career, and an authority figure that is kind of looking down upon you. So whatever situation you find yourself in, and you're feeling like this is it, like I'm so stuck that I can't even move out of this situation, I don't think that's the case. I think there is some information that you're not able to look at right now. There is so much of information right in front of you, but you're unaware of it, and because of that, you're not able to kind of conclude the task at hand and get yourself out of there. Because once you have all of that information, you will then be able to breathe easy. And when you have that information, you'll know exactly then how to respond, not to react, but how to respond. With the Justice card here, I see that you feel like you are not being given the credit that you deserve. Maybe you're doing all of the hard work, but someone else is taking the credit for it. And this is not sitting well with you, because, why should it, right? If you are the rightful person who's doing all of the hard work, and if someone else comes in along and takes away your credit, it's not a nice feeling to be in. But I feel that if you have all of the information, you will then be able to kind of put this forward. I keep seeing a workplace. I don't know why they're showing me a workplace, but I feel like it's something about work and a project you're working on, and you don't have all of the information about that project, and because of which you feel stuck, you feel like you can't move forward, and someone else is using this situation and taking advantage of you. So maybe if you have all of that information and do a little bit of research and very tactfully put the message across to your higher ups that, look, I am the one who's been doing all of the work, and this is how I need to do it, and this is how I'm going to do it, and this is when I'm going to finish it, and kind of give them like a solid timeline, or probably what do you say, like the details of the work, I guess. I don't know what it's called. You give them all of that, and then probably they will see that you are the one who's actually the brains behind all of this, and they've kind of completely taken you for granted, and looking at you very differently. And for some of you, the next full moon, which probably is in the middle of December, I'm not really sure, because I know we're having the new moon on the 4th, the 3rd or the 4th of December, so a little after that is very significant for you. Maybe you will find all of the information and get out of this mess or the situation or whatever it is that you're in by the next full moon. I definitely see that happening. For most of you, you need to tap into your intuition, you need to tap into your gut feeling or your instincts or whatever it is that you would like to call it, and act accordingly. Your heart knows what it needs to do. You get that feeling right in your gut that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm doing something else instead. Follow your gut instincts, because when you do follow your gut instincts, you'll be able to get out of the situation much more faster than you think. And you also have your spirit guides guiding you, because in this picture, I don't know if you can see it, this is a spirit guide with golden wings on it. Yeah, see, there's these golden wings on him, and he's got this dog and a cat on him. The dog looks like a fox, to be honest, but maybe it's the spirit animal, the fox, who's going to come and help you. Whoever this is, take the help of the spirit animal, the dragonfly, to resolve this issue. If you are able to adapt to the situation, maybe you'll be able to change things and move into better, greener pastures very soon. I do get this feeling that there is abundance coming your way, and I also feel that justice is going to be served. You know what I mean? Like whoever has been taking you for granted or taking advantage of you, they will get taste of their own medicine really, really soon, because this justice card seems to be very, very powerful. I don't know why. Usually, I'm not a big fan of this card whenever it comes out, because I'm like, oh, okay, now what is happening here? But when I'm seeing this, I get this feeling you will be getting a second chance at something, whether it's your career or personal life, whether it's another situation in your life that has kind of bogged you down. You will probably be getting another chance at resolving it, or another chance at it. So don't waste this chance. Try and be your true, authentic self. Don't try and pretend to be someone you're not. And when you are more honest and truthful about yourself, you will feel like you can finally breathe, because it's easier to be that way, to be honest. The moment we lie about things and create these tense situations around us, it gets complicated, and then we can't be our true, authentic selves. So just be honest and loving and caring towards your own self first, and then towards everyone else around you. But I feel by the next moon, the full moon, you're going to be out of the situation and doing well for yourself. I do see abundance coming your way, so maybe this can just get you that promotion that you're looking for. I hope this message resonated with you. If it did, do leave me a comment below. I love hearing from you guys. I'm going to be bringing out new content very soon, so keep a lookout for that. And I'm also going to be doing a lot of different things coming next year, so keep a lookout for that as well. If you want to get in touch with me for any of my personal sessions, all the information is in the description box below. So click on that and check that out. And if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe to my channel and hit the subscribe button with the bell notification so that you don't miss out on any of my future content. I'll see you guys again in another video. Until then, have a beautiful, wonderful, magical week ahead.